One message for you from your aunt. She will bust both of you in the head. Can y'all hear me?
Not rocket science,
I think you, like me, have a face for radio.
Can y'all hear me?
We gonna play with the players we got. Next man up.
That's why it sucks.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
This kind of unprofessionalism does not need to be tolerated. I mean it.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
What the hell is going on here? Just all hang up.
Another episode of the BS Podcast.
Hang on. There's all kinds of noise in my ear now.
Oh, jeez.
We need a little bit more professionalism.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the BS Podcast. It is I, your humble servant, the Q Dog, in the Moran Family Studio, a.k.a. the BS Studio. Got some sounds going off in my ear. Not a very good producer thus far, but let me bring on in the men, the peeps. Ladies and gentlemen, none other. Looks like Wild Bill he's being held captive once again. We need to cash app him.
He's locked.
Now, welcome back
basement.
to. He is in an undisclosed area. Cash app, Wild Bill, save this man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this program. Alabama, contrary to what the title says, Alabama trumps Tennessee, not Trums, Tennessee. I guess that might be the same thing. 37-20 to restart the streak, the cigar streak, the win streak, every streak that needs to be a streak. It has begun, and they furthered their sixth straight victory as Alabama beats Tennessee in T-Town. What do you think about that, guys? I want to introduce you to who is on the program. The mainstays. Josh Moran in the basement this week. Amber Dash in the basement this week. So we will start the program by introducing Mr. Roll Tide, Brother Jack. Thanks for jumping in. Austin Dash. Is it Austin Smash today or Austin Cash? You'll have to tell us. What's going on, Austin? What's the haps, bruh?
You know, all is good here in Tennessee country. It's nice to wake up and go to church with a church full of Tennessee fans after what happened on Saturday night. A friend of mine that I watched the game with, he said, I think you need to take a cigar and leave it on your pastor's desk. I didn't do it. I like my job, but man, it was a bittersweet Sunday. Now I do want to address something though. You've got a picture there of what looks to be an elephant and a Tennessee volunteer dog fighting. I don't know why, because it wasn't much of a fight.
Oh my Lord. How could you say that?
Your picture needs to be an elephant kicking a dog in the head, because that's what happened in Tuscaloosa on Saturday night.
Oh, man. The final score, I don't think, was indicative of the game, but I guess we'll get into that. Wild Bill, welcome back to the program. You are my official co-host, the man, the myth, the legend. What's going on today, buddy?
The official host, your official co-host, was so tired he was too tired to be on Saturday night. That's because your aunt, she could never say anything about me the way I act during an Alabama football game. When that ball game was over, she said, "I'm wore out."
Well, you know,
was
you have a
screaming.
smartphone for a reason.
Oh my!
Can you not record
no,
some of this so we can see it?
No. I'm crazy, but I ain't that crazy.
He's got to
All right,
remember
that's
that
fair.
she's the first lady of the church, and they can't see her act like that.
All right. Well, that's a fair.
It's all
that's a fair
good.
point.
Crazy day at the golf course, but it's all good. Tide road. So I just want to know if my son-in-law at least wore an Alabama shirt to church yesterday.
I wore a houndstooth jacket.
My man, way to get it done. I love it.
I can't believe you didn't take Pastor Josh a cigar and put it on his desk.
Somebody said, "I see your jacket. I see what you're doing." Yeah, it was great.
The pastor's wife got you back. She's a Bama
She does.
fan.
Hey, and I think we've converted Priscilla at this point. She wore a crimson dress to church last Sunday, and then when they ran back that long interception, she said, "Well, roll Tide." She said her and her mom called the pastor, and he was happy. So
well, praise the Lord. That is proof positive that Jesus is still delivering people.
He's working up here. We're getting them converted one at a time.
That's right. You know why your ministry exists in Tennessee now. Let's get some. All right, boys and girls. Well, I think it's time that we get into the first quarter, which is Wild Bill's Bama Bullet Points. Now, I want to ask you guys, since it's the three of us palling around today, when do you want to know who won the prediction for the week?
Let's do it now.
All right, there's one vote for doing it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Alabama 37, Tennessee 20. I want to say this before I announce the winner. That's a total of 57 points. My original point total was 58. I marked it out, and I went with something new. So I am the loser. This week,
you gotta
with a total.
You gotta stay.
I really do.
Feeling.
I really do. This week, with a total of 6.
I know how that makes you feel now.
Oh, yes, you do.
No,
nice
coordinator. That says it all.
Dude, that was classic. That was classic.
The camera crew did them dirty by going, "Let's see how they feel about this."
Equally hilarious was the lack of excitement by Tyler Watts, in the Alabama booth.
Yeah.
Like Chris Stewart is losing his mind like the rest of us. And Tyler Watts is like, yeah, that's cool, man. Good job.
I love this picture too. The look on his face. He's like, oh, man.
Hey, and I read Xavier said he was going to do his dance. Said he's too tired after running that far to do it.
I believe it, man. I believe it. What emotion. And thank God, not God Almighty, because that would kind of be bad, but thank the football gods, if you will, that he didn't try to get cute and drop the ball before the line. Because that sometimes, man, that just happens, and you don't want that to happen. So here we go. In last place, Austin Dash at a total of 78 points. In second to last place for the week.
Score?
Are you saying that something's wrong here, bud?
No, I just can't remember what I said.
Oh, let me give it to you.
Either one.
I do not remember these predictions a day after I give them.
Well, here's what I did. I went back to the video because I was like, 58 points. That makes me the winner. And then I looked and I saw the bottom. I'm like, oh, crud. I think I went with this other score. So I went back to the video so I could have my integrity. Your score was 44-34.
See, I got excited because the other night I think I said 34-24. I didn't.
You did not.
I thought the whole weekend that I won, but here we are.
In third place would be the Q-Dog with 69 points. And when I announce second place, that's going to tell you who first place is. So, ladies and gentlemen, second place, Wild Bill.
What?
That means Amber Dash has won for a third consecutive week in a row. She is on the leaderboard, 3 wins. She is leading everybody.
What was her prediction?
Amber Dash. Dude, let me tell you what her prediction was. So my original prediction, I'm not trying to steal the glory here. I'm just a little frustrated with myself. My original prediction was 38-13. So I botched it. Her prediction was 34-27, and Wild Bill's was 38-24. So that's the difference in the game. There you go.
All right. Hey, we won. That's all that matters.
Hey, you know why though? You know why though? Amber says I always want a safety. Well, what they do? They got a safety, and that's why
They sure did. They sure did. She gets attacked every week for some weird score, and you're always giving her down the road, and boom, they get a safety, and away we go.
I was trying to find for one of my bullet points, and I didn't have time. When the last time we recorded a safety?
That would have been a good one. But hey, speaking of the Bama bullet points. All right, Wild Bill, the floor is yours. Get after it.
All right, here we go with the Bama bullet points. On a great Monday, we took down the Rocky Top. Oh, I never did hear that song the other night.
Hey, as you'll see in my name here, Rocky Flop you'll always be.
Hey, Xavier Brown had the Rocky Stop, so it worked out. We got him all night. We're here all week, boys. Go for it, Wild Bill.
Right.
I didn't hear Rocky Top, but I do love that we played Dixieland Delight twice because they say that's about Tennessee, so they played it twice.
There you go. All right, number one, our offensive line gave up 0 sacks.
Oh, my gosh.
Volunteers ranked number 2 nationally in sacks per game, number 1 in the SEC, and we gave up 0.
And Formby played against the stud, didn't he? Like one of their best defensive linemen.
A bit of it. Michael Carroll started at right tackle, but now the run game, that's different. I'll let you deal with that. Number 2, this isn't an Alabama bullet point, but I thought this was interesting. Billy Napier got fired from Florida, former Bama assistant. His buyout is $21 million. He has to be paid $9.7 million within 30 days, and the rest has to be paid by the year 2028. $9.7 million, big boys, in 30 days. That's a lot of dough.
That's a lot of dough.
I can handle it.
I could help. You had me at 9.7 million.
I'd like to put my name in to be their next head coach, please.
Well, the boy from, I won't call a name, but the coaches over in the state just west of Alabama could be a front runner. So, Ryan Williams, 5 receptions for 87 yards and 1 rush and attempt for 16 yards for a total of 103 yards.
And 0 drops.
Yeah.
0 drops, ladies and gentlemen. 0 drops. Guess who's back?
Healthy. They said he's healthy. The number 4, this is the 22nd straight year Bama is eligible for a bowl. Number 5, young Mr. Pierre had 6 total sacks, tackles, excuse me.
He's a cold killer.
Sacks, 2.5 sacks, 2.5 tackles for loss. Mr. Hill had 34 yards on 7 carries and a touchdown. Jeremy had 4 carries. Look, Bernard had 4 carries for 49 yards. Coach DeBoer is 11-0 at Bryant Denny Stadium. We have won 16 straight home games. Alabama opponents, y'all probably saw this, are 23-1 against all other opponents. Georgia, Missouri, and Vandy are all 6-1, with their losses being to Alabama. Tennessee is 5-2, and their losses are to Georgia and the Tide. And the last one, I found this interesting. Kudos to Vandy. They're ranked number 10 in the country. Their highest ranking since 1947. And that is it for the bullet points for Monday, October the 20th. Roll Tide.
There you go. And Quincy's gone.
All right.
Well, my word. I think I know why Yonze Pierre played so well. His cousin, Courtney Upshaw, was there to watch him.
Oh, really?
Yep, I saw that. He said
maybe Courtney's been working with him some.
Yeah, giving him some tips.
Yeah. So,
well,
Austin, I guess you can go ahead and do. You want to go ahead and do yours?
What do you think about that?
I love it. Amber should have loved that photo.
I think I'm gonna change that as the background to her phone.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, since Quincy is not here, I guess I can jump in and skim over this press conference real quick.
Go for it.
Okay. He said that he's challenged the guys that the world has not seen Bama's best yet. He said that's what we're striving to do, the preparation and the investment in time, the investment of energy throughout the week led to confidence and excitement to go out there and make plays and be their best. He said, oh, he's back. He's back.
The fearless one. But we don't hear him.
Can't hear you.
No can do.
Is that any better?
There
he's back.
Gotta love technical difficulties.
Do you want me to keep going, or we want to stop?
You know what? Let's go ahead and move your quarter to now.
I love that. Woo! Let's go.
Let's go.
That was a fun day. We got to watch them beat Ole Miss that day.
Yeah.
And
that's great. I did have a couple of follow-ups to Wild Bill. So Austin, go ahead and get into the press conference. I listened to a couple of them too, and I'm interested to see what your thoughts are. You left off with Coach DeBoer, I believe it was, said that we have not seen the best that Alabama can be.
Yeah, he's challenged them. He said the Florida State loss in August hasn't created a downward spiral. Playing home games, the energy and rivalry, you could feel it. He said even in walkthroughs and stuff, you could tell that Alabama was ready to play on Saturday. He talked about this Saturday being South Carolina's homecoming. He said you just got to find every way and everything to present a challenge to our guys, what they're up against. It goes through the experiences they've had together. They have to understand they're going to get everybody's best shot. They asked, how does playing with the edge that Alabama has been embracing affect what needs to be improved? He said, it's why we go to work. Our coaches always find ways to put our guys in better spots, and it's constantly evolving. Different position groups on offense, defense, and special teams are all going to be put to the test differently than they were last week. He said we continue to raise our game physically. There's a toughness about us and always, but it's going to be a physical test this week on both sides of the ball leading up to South Carolina. So that's what I've got.
Yeah, I gotta say, you know, I really, I just echo, and of course, Coach DeBoer and the coaching staff, like, this is the dumbest thing to say, but they have insight that we don't have. But with that being said, I look at this team, and I was telling Josh this before the Tennessee game. I said they have yet to put an entire game together. And that sounds disrespectful because there's actually another great football team on the other side of the field that has something to do with that. So props to Tennessee. I thought they played a great game. I just think that Alabama finally, Austin, we've been complaining about this. Finally, Alabama is coaching at a higher level than the other coaches.
Yeah.
And that's something that we've been struggling to see. And one of the things I thought was great is that we had better clock management, which we should have. We should see better clock management happening. So we have less of those get down 1 second, take too many timeouts in the first half.
Yeah.
So we're seeing that. He still had, a couple of situations, but he's improving. He's not trying to do too much, and he makes the defense pay. I mean, he just makes the defense pay.
He did a good job Saturday night of taking what they gave him, and man, sometimes it was a go ball. I mean, that throw right off the bat to Ryan Williams. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find a better throw and catch than that right there. I mean, and then from there it just went on and on. I mean, he knew where the ball needed to go. He knew where the pressure was coming from. I mean, I try not to act surprised because we've seen him do it, but we've seen him progress every week so far into something else. I mean, 0 sacks to Tennessee. I didn't expect that, honestly. But
no, that's the strength of their defense.
Yeah, I mean that's their best. I think they're 1 or 2 in sacks. And Caden Proctor, props to him. He played his best game yesterday against a talented edge guy. And man, that block that he had throwing that poor defensive back or linebacker, that was pretty. That probably hurt his feelings more than it hurt him physically. I mean,
no doubt, because
he used you to block your own guy. That's pretty sad. And props to Daniel Hill. He made a couple really good blocks in the past game, catching guys coming on the inside. So he
made a couple of really good runs too, falling forward, and he started to gain some momentum, which was very encouraging.
I think we're going to end up seeing him get a lot more playing time because I mean what is he, 6'6" at 240? I mean, he's
244, 245. Yeah.
I mean, he's almost Derrick Henry size and can catch the ball. I mean, he kind of reminds you like Najee. He could turn into a real weapon out of the backfield. They say he has the best hands out of the running backs.
Well, that's something,
which is wild.
Because Kevin Riley's got great hands.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's just like us throwing that to him last week in Missouri. I mean, they trust him. So I still think, well, and another thing to note, I saw earlier when I was looking at some stats, Alabama only averages like 45 yards a game in penalties, which is another massive improvement from last year. Last year, Alabama was one of the most penalized teams in the country. So
Yeah, I
we're
agree.
seeing little things add up. Just there's buy-in, and man, the Alabama football team is on the right track.
They certainly are. And, I think the penalties that added up to this week, and I'll get into it in the stats, I think many of those, and I went to start looking, but I just ran out of time. Many of those were during garbage time because we had several penalties. It seemed like 2 or 3 penalties when they were trying to score, at the end of the game. And I'm like, why? What are all these penalties? And they're not big numbers, but they're like on methodically, there are improvements, the things that we as the fan base have been complaining about, save one. And that one thing is that we have to establish the run. Here's where Josh and I were, talking through it. It's like you are absolutely annihilating their pass defense. So why don't, what the beauty is about this, let me say it this way, about this offense is Ty can pass the ball repeatedly, but we still eat the clock like we're running the football.
Yeah.
And that keeps the defense off balance. And so I'm here going, all right, coach, we haven't been able to establish the run. I don't think Jam, and who the heck am I, dude? But I don't think Jam was ready to go back, to play the football game. He did not seem like himself. Daniel Hill definitely had more success, but of course, there was some wear and tear on the defense at that point.
What's a wild stat to me is Alabama on the year has 50 rushing first downs, which a lot of them come 1 and 2 yard and 3 yard gains. Alabama has 100 passing first downs.
Yeah,
which is wild.
Wow.
Yeah, and I tell you, it speaks to the strength of our football team. And we may see something in reverse here. We need to be able to sustain drives, but the fact is we're doing that with the pass game. And some of the passing game is very similar to the running game because we get a guy in space and we pass him the football. The jet sweep is back. The toss is back.
It's a part of the run game. It's just an extension of the run game.
Right. And so I look at that and I go, like the play coming out of half, we have the momentum. We get the ball back, and then that play series, the series coming out of the half was just like, it was dreadful. And I'm like, guys, who's calling this? Why? Why are we calling this? And we're hypercritical. Alabama's winning, of course,
by a lot.
but we're hypercritical, and we expect perfection, and that's not fair, especially during this era of college football. It's just not going to be there. So it's nail biter time. But then, the other piece that I look at is Alabama's defense, and we gave up a significant amount of yards.
Yeah.
But look at the scoreboard.
Well,
look at the scoreboard.
And it's kind of the same thing as the penalties. A lot of those yards came when they were down 3 scores. So we played a prevent defense, which I hate. I mean, if they're going to try to score, let's try to stop them. Let's not let them. We're lining up 10 yards off the ball and saying throw this short stuff. I mean, just play like we've played. I mean, that's annoying to me because if you give a team like Tennessee first down after first down after first down, they're going to move down the field in a minute. That was annoying to me, but they didn't score again after they scored in the second half. So I'm fine with it.
I can't say that I disagree with you, except for something that I observed throughout the course of the second half. And I was like, Josh, tell me how many plays Bama's been on the field, because it looked like
75, I think.
Yeah, it looked like we got gassed.
Yeah.
Like there towards, say, like mid to end third quarter. So those guys were digging deep. And so I understand from that perspective, because we did it looked like, just observing, it looked like we put some younger guys in.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was to get them experience or if it was because the back end of our defense looked exhausted. They were playing their guts out.
Yeah.
So that's where I looked at it and I was like, okay, I understand. I'm like, all right, Josh, we have, this different personnel in, because we still had some of our starters in on the line. But just the way, like towards the end of the fourth quarter, I get like Bray Hubbard. He got knocked down in the end zone, and it's like he's not popping up. And I was like, how many plays have they ran?
Yeah, it's taking him a little longer to get up now.
So I think that, that probably had something to do with the switch and prevent defense just to keep it in front of us, because the worst thing they could do was give us the football back. After those first two series, I think Bama settled in, and compliments to you in bringing it up. Ryan Williams, he found himself. He's back.
Yeah.
I mean, he is back with those catches he made. And
we saw him catch it with his hands and his helmet. But, I mean, that's something we'd been seeing him catch it with his body. So, I mean, they said he had 0 drops in practice this week. So, he's locked in. He's ready.
Yeah, and Wild Bill, I mean, Josh and I were talking about the way that Ty's passing the football, and some of those critical catches that Ryan had. I said, hey, I want to give Ty the full brunt of the credit for the passes he's making. But, man, you've got to give Ryan Williams some credibility, some credit. You got to give it to him, because these catches, it's like Ty's throwing the ball like Brett Favre, and these guys are able to catch the football.
He'll break your finger.
So, I mean, he's on it, and they are evolving as we go. One thing I wanted to ask you, Wild Bill, do you truly feel like Lane would want to go to Florida? Do you think he could have a better situation in Florida, as big of a mess as it is? I mean, I'm sure the recruiting is better in Florida, but he's really putting some things together, in Oxford. So do you think Florida's going to try to dig in on Lane Kiffin?
I wouldn't be surprised, because we all know money talks.
Yeah, it does, but he didn't come to Alabama.
Well, he never was offered the job at Alabama. I don't care what they say. They didn't offer him the job because of the stuff that happened when he was here. I wouldn't be shocked, but then again, I wouldn't be shocked if he stayed. He's got it made at Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know he's making, $10 million a year or close to it. Probably. I'd stay where I am.
I say, whether you go or whether you stay, you need to send Pete Golden packing if you want to win.
But here would be my question to both of you guys pertaining to Lane Kiffin. And Cindy and I was watching the Georgia Ole Miss game, but there's no freshman or sophomores hardly plays for Ole Miss. It's all guys he's brought in through the
every year.
Yep. So that tells me, or let me rephrase it. That throws up a red flag to me, and I'm asking you guys, would that throw up a flag to you? Maybe they're not able to develop these guys. That's why they're getting these 3rd and 4th year and 5th year guys to come in that they don't have to be developed. Because
Austin, I'll defer to you to answer first, and then I'll bring in my thoughts. Go right ahead.
Well, I don't really know how to answer that. I know that for the last 3 or 4 years, they have just about the best transfer portal class every year, which is an interesting way to play it. It's the exact opposite of Dabo Swinney. I mean, I think it just comes back to it's the whole we want to win now, not necessarily a coach that wants to, spend a few years getting their guys and their system in place. I think Lane's perspective is like, hey, if we can get these guys, let's go try to win it this year. And if we don't, we'll grab a bunch of more guys and we'll try to win it next year. I don't know. It's just the way college football is changing. It's a weird way to do it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think just my immediate assessment would be what kind of money does Lane have to work with when it comes to his NIL budget, because it's a factor whether we like it or not. And so I thought he may have some significant challenges, and so you got to figure out, just the way that I look at it, you got to figure out how much talent do you want to develop, from freshman up, compared to how much talent do you want to acquire that you can polish. And so just looking at
it's almost like they get set. They're taking second chances at kids they've recruited out of high school that have went other places, and they're pretty much leaving the door open. Hey, now that you're not happy there, we saw it. I mean, Caleb Odom hadn't done anything, but that's exactly what happened with Caleb Odom. I mean, his other school was Ole Miss, and then what's he do? He doesn't get a bunch of touches at Alabama. Lane's like, hey, go on and just come over here now. We'll get you in the next class.
How many catches did he have against Georgia? 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, that's part of the dichotomy is, are they not playing because is it a reason? Is it a scheme issue with the offense that you're currently at, and what can I offer you? Or are they not playing because they're just not able to compete with the rest of the talent? They're not willing to put the work in. And so that's the gamble when you bring somebody in from another D1 program. So looking at the NIL that they have, the top schools have $20+ million in their budget. And so Ole Miss is sitting at around $10 million. And I think that puts them at a competitive disadvantage to compete with the Texas Longhorns of the world, the Ohio States, even the Texas Tech, I guess now, because they've got a lot of money backing them up. So I think really you have to look at what kind of freshman talent you want to recruit, and he's going to have to recruit guys in the state, like position players in the state that take pride in Mississippi. Or people that want to, this is my own opinion, not expert opinion, but mine, people that want to go and make a name for themselves at Ole Miss because of what Lane Kiffin offers, or there's a family connection there, like a tie that says, we love Ole Miss. And then otherwise, he's going to have to recruit lower star players and develop them into great players, and then pull from that portal some superstars that are just not happy with where they are. Because, I mean, if you look at an Alabama or an Ohio State, even a Texas, they're going to be packed with talent. And there's only so many guys that can start, just like Alabama's quarterback room. So you're loaded with talent. Guys are going to get their opportunity. Keelan Russell is sitting there. He's a guy that could be a target for somebody if he doesn't get to start in the next couple years. So I think that's the part of the game that is changing, and that would be what I think Lane is up against, because it is an environment, Wild Bill, where you have to win now, or you might be packing. You might be packing your bags.
I feel like he may even look at it like, I know that I'm not the best developer, but if I can get guys who are already studs, if you give me guys that can play, I can coach them. But that may not be my best skill set to develop young guys. I don't know.
But the guys that enter the portal, they're not getting to play as much as they think at their school.
Yeah.
So they're leaving. That don't mean that they're a stud.
Yeah.
That's right.
No. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying, a lot of, they get a lot of good players too that just haven't panned out.
But think about these high school seniors. They look at it as, well, I don't have a shot. That all these schools, all they're doing is going into the portal. They're not worried about recruiting me.
Well, and I think that's gonna be a part of the recruiting process, is that these freshmen, I don't know if they have agents already or what that's going to look like, but these high value targets, even 4 stars, because I was a fan of, and you guys probably don't remember in the chat, but I was like, with DeBoer, or even with the turn of college football, you might want to target some really great 3- and 4-star players and develop them into who you want them to be. I think whatever that knucklehead's name is, which I think he does it for entertainment, obviously, but he was talking smack about London Simmons. Well, the joke's on you, pal, because London Simmons is coming. He's coming along. He's a 3-star guy. But when you look at Coach DeBoer and what he was able to do at Washington with 3- and 4-star players, those are the guys that are going to be the most hungry, the hardest working guys in my mind, in my experience. There are the anomalies where you have the elite talented, the guys that are the elite talent that work hard. You do have those, but overwhelmingly the 3- and 4-star guys are going to have something to prove. And so they'll be looking, as a freshman, you're going to look, who's developing talent? It's a business now. So you've got to see who's going to develop talent, where to have the best opportunity to play. And then there are some guys that are just going to go. And I said this a couple years ago too. I think there are guys that are going to go to an inferior university competition-wise, so they get paid more money, up their stock, and then move to a bigger university. That's the way that I would perceive it happening, because you can go and be a superstar at a college that's not an Alabama, an Ohio State, a Georgia, a Texas, etc. You get plenty of news time. You're the standout. You get paid really well. And then you move to an Alabama or someone like that to up your draft stock for the next level. And whether we like it or not, this is what they've turned the game into. And so it spoke volumes to me, and I know it did to you guys as well, when the transfer portal had 0 leave at the end of spring. Now, we looked at that and we were like, great. We thought this was going to be something after the Florida State game. But slowly but surely, these areas are getting addressed, and our team is coming along. And we wondered how is Ryan Grubb going to distribute the ball to all this talent, and he's doing it, and he's doing it over and over again.
8 or 9 guys catch the ball for 3rd or 4th week in a row. So I mean that's crazy.
Hello to Amber Dash. If you didn't hear, Amber, if nobody let you know, you are the winner for the prediction picks 3 weeks in a row. You are now leading 3. It's 3-1.
That's why she showed up.
Well, there's no better reason to show up. So congratulations to you. I wanted to also, before we head to the next quarter, I also wanted to show this. I know Wild Bill saw it, but shout out to Hannah Moran. I love the saying on Uncle Bill's shirt. Can y'all hear me?
And if guys, I want to show y'all this tweet real quick.
Do it.
What? What?
Let's hope that trend continues.
That is wild.
Hey, by the way, Austin, are you wearing your BS podcast shirt?
No. Him and Josh are rebellious.
Here's what
you're talking about.
Here's what I want to do. I want to develop a button that I can click. Yes, Amber, you're the winner again, where it says Loserville. And every time you guys don't wear your shirts, I want to play the Loserville button. Now, for those of you who do love Wild Bill's shirt, for those of you who do love mine, which says "Shut your face, Josh," which is awesome. Those shirts are available. It's true. Those shirts are available at QuincyMoran.com. Just go to QuincyMoran.com/apparel. Go to the BS podcast. And if you guys think I should, I'll put up that No Diego No shirt that I think would be pretty funny. All right, with that, we are going to transition ourselves into the third quarter, which will be stats today. The dashes on DeBoer was in quarter 2, just because of technical.
Backwards.
Yep, everything's backwards. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time now for the third quarter. Quincy Moran on stats. Oh my goodness sakes! I even got the wrong video. Somebody help! Can somebody help me? You know what I'm saying? Can somebody help the old Q dog? I don't even see my video. Where is my video? There it is.
This is the second quarter of the best podcast. Roll Tide.
Have mercy on me. I just start singing a country song right now. Austin, serenade me. You're a loser, baby. I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me?
In low places.
That's right. All right, let's get a little of this action right here. Let's talk about the stats, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to start this week again with the team stats. Aguilar, 268 passing yards, 28 for 44, one touchdown, one beautiful interception that we all know that they could hear 3 miles away, which was awesome. Ty Simpson, 253 yards, 19 to 29, 2 touchdowns. Rushing leaders, I think this is a pretty awesome deal. So Bishop, he's a very, very talented young man. I mean, he is very talented. I'm not happy that he had a long run or a few runs in the fourth quarter and then sat down for a fake injury and wasn't called. I thought that was pretty dopey. So he was their leading rusher, 123 yards, 14 carries, 2 touchdowns. That is an insane yards per carry average right there that I'll do later in the show. Jeremy Bernard, 49 yards, 4 carries. That's pretty good too, boys. Staley, it's an outstanding wide receiver. Of course, we thought it was going to be somebody else, but Staley, he wreaked havoc on the Alabama defense quite a few times. 10 receptions, 92 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Williams, the emergence, he comes back. Critical down and distance. He makes excellent catches. Kudos to you. I'm glad for you, brother. 87 yards on 5 receptions. Here's something that's just awesome. I don't know if you guys see this the same way that I do, but Yanze Pierre, 3 sacks, and there's no man. There's no man mentioned on Tennessee's side. And then Farouk, he had 7 tackles, 3 solo. And my man James Smith, 7 tackles, 2 solo. And Yanze Pierre, guys, come on. What do you think about this guy? Where is everybody? How come nobody's around? You guys need to get back on the stage. What the heck's going on?
Hey, I think it was the producer. It was the producer.
It wasn't me because I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, that's true. You cannot operate here, so it has to be me. So here comes the next one, and it's probably going to do the same thing. Oh, have mercy. All right, we're having a fun here, boys. It's all working out. All right, here's the team stats and expanded view. 410 total yards for Tennessee, 373 for Alabama. I just want to point your attention to the scoreboard and the W. That's where it is. I'm talking to myself in past tense because I get all crotchety about an imbalance in total yards. 1 turnover apiece. What did you guys think? Did you think that was definitely a fumble by Ty Simpson, or it hit our guy first? He was throwing the ball. Was that supposed to be a fumble?
Incomplete pass.
I thought it was incomplete, but more importantly, there was a penalty that wasn't called if it was a fumble. Tennessee hit the ball, and if you smack the ball like that when it's on the ground, it's a 10-yard penalty and an automatic first down. So Alabama should have had the ball back.
That didn't happen.
A flub, so that's frustrating. So it wouldn't have mattered either way if they'd have called the penalty. But I think it was so confusing that even the offensive line, defensive line, nobody thought it was a fumble except for the referees and one guy on defense.
Yeah, and they let the play out, and then did they review it?
No, never reviewed it.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah. And I'm going, okay, Birmingham, what are you guys doing?
They reviewed it. They did.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't think they did.
said it come out of his hand, but his hand was going forward.
Yeah.
And it hit our guys. It hit our guys' shoulder pad. I thought if it hit your own team, I thought there was something there. So,
But I
kudos.
a teaching moment for the coaching staff to the offensive guys. Ball on the ball.
Oh, they said that when the offensive line got to the sideline, DeBoer wore them out for not jumping on that ball because everybody just stood around. So kudos to him for jumping on.
Coaching moment.
Yeah. Play to the whistle. And then first downs, Volunteers 27 compared to Alabama's 23. I think we had a lot of bend but don't break, and there was a lot during garbage time as well, which garbage time to me, our fans were lighting up the stogies with like 5 minutes to go. I'm like, no, guys, it's not time. But they were right. It was time. Penalties 10 for 66 for the Volunteers, 7 of 59 for Alabama. But I think a decent amount of those yards came towards the end of the game. Third down efficiency, 5 of 13 for Tennessee, 5 of 11 for Alabama. That's not a great stat. And then the next one that's not a great stat, 4 of 5 for fourth down for Tennessee, 1 for 1 for Alabama. And then your time of possession, Alabama wins time of possession. And the football game, I want to mention, 31 minutes and 4 seconds to 28 minutes and 56 seconds, which is pretty darn close. So
I will say, though, that 1 of 1 on fourth down for Alabama was far more important than all 5 of those fourth down attempts for Tennessee. Ours
That's a fair
took the game away. Theirs didn't matter at the end of the day. So kudos to Ty for making a play and making a linebacker miss. That was impressive.
Well, I need to put the next graphic up on the stage, and inevitably it's not going to have the right team. So I'll put you guys back on. All right, look at that. Isn't that just fantastic? I just keep on doing it. I love it. Thanks, Q-Dog. All right, here's an expanded look at what we've already seen. I think we have actually covered enough. So I hate this stat. It's gone. Let's go to the next one. And I'll bring you guys back up on the stage. So this one here, this is what I wanted us to talk about a little bit earlier. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys getting the football. And Jeremy, 4 carries for 49 yards. Daniel Hill, he had some great yards, and they meant a lot. It's only 34 yards. It's darn near 5 yards a carry, but the carries that he had at the end of the game were very, very important. Ryan Williams, 1 carry for 16 yards. Jam Miller, 12 carries for 15 yards. Ty Simpson, 5 for 8. And then Kevin Riley, he just didn't have a day that was showcased. The Tide comes out with 120 yards rushing. And like I say, if you are having so much success in the air and you are able to chew the clock, well, then let's keep on doing it. All right, receiving yards. This is something that I wanted us to talk about during the stat talk. Ryan Williams, 5 for 87, an average of 17.4 yards per catch. I think that's pretty good. What do you say, guys? Jeremy Bernard, 5 receptions for 60 yards. Critical receptions. So that's an average of 12 yards per catch. I think that's pretty good. Latsier Brooks, 3 for 39, 13 yards an average. Look at the averages here as we go ahead.
Was
Austin,
that an incomplete pass or was that a fumble?
Yeah, I thought he made a football move. That's my opinion.
Yeah. I wish we knew what a football move was.
Apparently nobody knows, and it's different each week. Cuevas, boy, I tell you what, that guy has turned into a baller, guys. I'm just proud of what he's doing. He had 2 catches for 33 yards.
And one of them was very important on third down. So
yes, it was.
He comes through in critical moments.
Definitely. 1 catch for Daniel Hill, 16 yards. Great reception there. Rico Scott, what an outstanding touchdown that was. Holy cow.
I told the guy that I was watching the game with, I know Shepherd has to be absolutely thrilled because he gets so mad when guys run out of bounds. So the fact that I said I know when he gets to the sideline, he's going to freak out because he tells you to run through somebody's face, and that is what Rico Scott did.
It was a beauty, man. He wasn't going to be denied. Jam had a catch for 5 yards, and then Isaiah Horton, dude. I got to tell you, that was a prime pass. And I was talking to Josh. I was like, man, if he doesn't throw the ball darn near perfect, then we could have been on the other side of one of those pick sixes. Because if you don't throw that pass properly, somebody's going to take it.
Yeah, it's got to be on time too. So it was on time and in the right place.
Yeah, just excellent. And I saw one guy earlier. I can't remember what his name was. Maybe it was Dunaway or somebody that was saying that Ty Simpson is a college football or is an NFL quarterback playing the college football game. So he's just going to continue to grow throughout the balance of the year. Would you guys agree with that?
Moving up draft boards. They're saying now that he could be the overall pick, which would suck for him because it's the Jets. That's where careers go to die. But, man, it's wild for him to have not started and then come in and play so well that he could get drafted in the first round.
And do you think he takes it? Is it a no-brainer he's taking, or is he coming back for another year? What do you think?
If you're top 5, I don't know how you come back.
I get that too, but the amount of experience that he has.
It could be a cakewalk next year if he came back.
He's a special talent, and I'm glad that he came back. And from Josh screaming about Lonergan, he has sufficiently eaten an extensive portion of crow.
Yeah, he's probably
he sings. Yeah, he's not going to be tired until the season's over. But I got to tell you, Ty Simpson is who we hoped he would be, and we see now why he stayed. Forgiving last year, I can't see a reason aside from one reason why he didn't start, but last year's last year. So I just want to move on.
His arc reminds me of Mac Jones, and I love it. I mean, the whole wait your turn, come in and just absolutely dominate.
Yeah, and I think it goes a long way for Coach DeBoer to say, people were ready to run this guy out of town after Florida State. And I just kind of committed to giving him, and again, I'm nobody, but I had committed to giving the guy, give the guy 3 to 4 years. He's coming in after Nick Saban, and there were some bright spots. And so in the fourth quarter, which we're getting ready to do now, I've got one of the chief concerns, and DeBoer has been answering each concern. Can he play on the road?
So has Womack, which has been impressive too.
Yeah, because that guy has taken a beating, which he earned last year. He earned it.
Yeah, and now Alabama has a top 25 defense, top 10 pass defense, and number 6 red zone defense in the country. So, it's definitely impressive because we knew we'd be able to score points with all the talent we've got. But the defense, if you told me that Alabama would hold Tennessee to 20 points, 28 points under their average per game, that's crazy. Even though they had a bunch of yards, they couldn't get in the end zone.
That's a football team that if all goes according to plan, it's one of the teams I believe that we could easily see in the playoffs.
Can I give you one stat real quick that I thought was wild?
Absolutely.
The top 4 teams that Alabama has beat are 25-1 when playing a team that is not Alabama. All the other games they've played, 25-1.
That came in the I think that came in the Bama bullet points.
Come on, son-in-law.
Oh, sorry.
Get with the program.
Get with the program.
Reiterating.
It has resurfaced. All right, let's get into the fourth quarter. We'll talk about this. We'll get your picks, and we will get on with the evening.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah, it's the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is brought to you by Man versus Marriage, the podcast. Check this out. That's right, gentlemen. Man versus Marriage. If you're tired of mediocre, if you're tired of being a mediocre pile of mush in your relationship, come on over to QuincyMoran.com and look at 365 power-packed episodes to help you change your life. And that's what's brought to you by the fourth quarter.
Hey, if you're tired of being mediocre, come watch this, Josh Heupel.
No, don't watch this until after the season, okay? Please. And don't apply this to your football team at all. Zero, ever. With that being said, one of the looming questions as we enter the fourth quarter is DeBoer against unranked opponents. What are we going to do? We saw what happened last year in Norman. Ooh, it was abysmal. We couldn't even score a touchdown in Norman. We saw what happened in Auburn. We needed 4th and 31. We all celebrated, but we darn near lost that game. We saw what happened. Michigan was probably ranked, but what a terrible football team in the bowl game last year.
Hey,
and we lost.
We've still got 2 ranked teams on the schedule, so that's good.
But Wild Bill, what do you think DeBoer is able to continue this trajectory and go to South Carolina 2:30 in the afternoon and play to win? This is like a trap game here. So what do you think DeBoer does?
First, the 4th and 31, Coach Saban was our coach.
That's a fair point. My fault.
Look, the only incentive our guys need, they think so down of us, they'd schedule us for their homecoming. What more incentive does the Alabama Crimson Tide need? South Carolina's so cocky, they wanted y'all for their homecoming game. Enough said.
Go run it.
That's enough said.
Go run it.
I mean, what else do we need? That should be up in the locker room. They wanted you for homecoming.
Yep.
And I think he'll be ready. I just get the only thing I got frustrated about Saturday night about our run game. Quit running the ball up the middle. Daniel Hill's runs was off tackle to the outside. Our wide receivers was the jet sweeps. For some reason, we can't run up the middle. I don't know
and we waste downs trying to do it.
Yeah.
We sure do.
You get 1 yard on first down.
Or we get behind.
You try it on second down and get 2 yards. So now you're faced with 3rd and 7 and you got to run the wide stuff if you got to. But quit trying to run up the middle. But I think they're going to be ready. We're talking at the golf course today. Florida State threw their whole season on beating Alabama. Look, what have they done since? Yeah, we went to Tallahassee. We got our backsides kicked. But look what it did for our team.
That's right.
They're coming together as a team. And I think they'll be ready. I think our senior leadership could be better. I hadn't seen anything out of Tim Keenan. I hadn't seen anything out of Deontay Lawson as fifth-year seniors. Now, maybe in the locker room they're doing their job, but on the field, I hadn't seen them performing. But they'll be ready.
Now, I will say, I'll give Tim Keenan some credit. A lot of that inside stuff that Tennessee was trying to do especially on the goal line. You'd never think it because he don't get to tackle, but he's pushing guys into the backfield. So, that's one position where you can make a difference and nobody ever know it.
That's a fair point. But two, I think if we were to go back and review the film from the last 2 games at a minimum, Deontay Lawson is a different man. That guy is making plays behind the line of scrimmage. He's playing more physical. He's playing faster than I've ever seen him play.
He got smoked twice Saturday
fair
night
point.
at running back.
Fair point.
I will say though too, it looked like a few times we were in the wrong gap again. So
that's fair.
Here would be another question. Why can't, and I mean the defense is playing better. Why can't we put 6, 7, 8 guys up on the line of scrimmage like a lot of these other teams do, so they don't know who's coming?
Well, we do that very rarely, but the struggle is against Tennessee. They split those guys all the way out where they're a yard from the sideline. So, I thought Tennessee would be able to run the ball because it was 6 on 6. And then, you've got to account for the running back and the quarterback. So, they're favored in that position, and that's why they run it. I mean, they get some of your better tacklers, your defensive backs, 30 yards from the play.
It's true. And then they have, the wider splits from time to time in the, right in the interior. And that's one of the questions I had is, do you think do any of these other teams that we face, and I'm not good enough to know because I don't look forward, does anybody run that Josh Heupel style offense?
No.
No.
It proved successful from a stat perspective, but from a touchdown perspective, they were knocking on the door, but
we slammed it shut.
I know that he got beat, but there were several guys that got beat and were out of position, and I think that had to do with the number of plays that they were on the field. That's my opinion. I could go back and review the tape, but I would say more. I'm seeing Deontay Lawson in the backfield being a disruptor more this season than I've ever seen him, and he looks to be playing faster. Doesn't mean he's not going to hit the wrong gap or the coach is not going to call the wrong gap play or it gets adjusted.
I will say, too, Missouri had one of the best rushing attacks in the country. I mean, give it their competition. It just is what it is. But, I mean, we contained their rushing attack for the most part when it mattered. So, I just think Josh Heupel's scheme is tough.
It is.
That's a big ask for some of these guys, but they got it done when it mattered and held them to 20.
They did, and true. And Wild Bill, I think you and Aunt Cindy, y'all listen to the Dynasty podcast, and that's one of the things AJ was talking about. Going into the Tennessee week is the difficulty in covering that scheme, and so kudos to the team. I want less stats, but what happened?
What
was that?
He was coughing.
Yeah, I was coughing. I'm choking to death over here. Sorry.
Oh, dude, it sounded, I don't know, there was a delay. It sounded like you were calling somebody or screaming at a dog. All right, let's talk about the game. Amber, if you're still watching, what is your score? Unless Austin has it.
I don't.
All right, Austin, we're going to start with you.
Oh, my.
Hey, I want to say this one more time. This is from Wild Bill's Bama Bullet Points. 0 sacks. You guys saw that graphic, right?
0.
You saw that graphic? I'm going back to show that graphic just one more time. Hold on. I'll add you to the stage. There we go. Look at you. See this? There's nobody there.
Casper.
It's Casper the Friendly Ghost, and we have been beating this offensive lineup week in and week out. And now look at the sacks. There's nobody there in the graphic. That is epic, guys. That's epic. I'm going to see if we can even see it a little bit better over here. I got to give these guys props, especially when we beat the stew out of them. I can't believe it, dude. That is crazy. There it is. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Proctor, he was doing some mauling.
Yeah, he was.
On them
he's truly come along because we were all frustrated with him. We were frustrated with everybody. We were frustrated with our spouse, our kids, everybody after that Florida State game. Everybody got our vitriol, the dogs, the fish, the cat. But Proctor has come along. He has become the man that we thought he was going to be. And I can see this.
Kudos, too, to the staff knowing that he's got to get leaner. I mean, he's lost like 25 pounds since that Florida State game. So kudos to him and kudos to the strength and conditioning.
Ain't that crazy eating Krispy Kreme donuts and he's lost weight.
Yep.
Hey, man.
And what's wild is he said when he came to Alabama, he was 40 pounds heavier than he is now. He said he was 400 pounds because he loved to eat Krispy Kreme donuts.
And he eats them a dozen at a time.
Hey, me too.
That's my kind of dude right there. That's my kind of dude. All right. Let's talk about it. I'm going to give, while you're formulating your pick for Bama versus the Gamecocks, I'm going to give you Josh's score. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, I came up with two scenarios, and because one of these scores is too close to Josh's score, I'm going with the other scenario. If I win, he's going to steal the glory. If I lose, I'm going to blame him. That's the way it's going to work out. So, Josh believes that Alabama will beat the Cocks 34-17. That is his pick. He wanted me to say those words directly, and I did. So,
told you jump off a bridge, would you?
Well, if it was to land on top of him with a very definitive and damaging wrestling move, I probably would.
I'd like to see that.
I would too, but it would hurt too much, so I probably wouldn't. All right, Austin Dash, is there anything from Amber anywhere saying her score?
I guess she's missing. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing here.
Amber Dash.
She just got home.
Oh, she's texting in the group, and it has nothing to do with her score.
You're killing me, Smalls. There she goes. Tyler Wester on Instagram. Come on. All right. Let's try to get her score. Austin Dash, we need to know what your score is going to be.
Going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say.
Do not say my score, Austin Dash.
No, it's probably going to be too high to be your score. I'm going to say 48-14.
Goodness.
Hey, well, let me tell you why. Their offense in the country is 127 out of like 132 teams or something.
What about their defensive stat?
Okay, their defense is 42, but we have played. Let me just pull it up here. We have beat the 37th ranked defense. Oh wait, is this total? Oh wait. Let me go back here.
What the heck is going on here?
Sorry, I'm pulling these stats back up. We've beat the number 5 defense. We've beat the number 28 and the 29th defense. I say that we're going to score a lot because they average 20 points a game, and if their offense is not on the field, we're going to get the ball. I'm going to say for 40 minutes.
Wow, I'm going to write that stat down. Austin Dash predicts.
I mean, okay, let's 37 minutes. I think we're going to have the ball.
No, dude, don't relent on that. That's a great stat.
Look, their offense is 127th. Our defense is 25th. I think that this will be the week Alabama finally puts it together.
On the road, unranked opponent. All the forces are against Kalen DeBoer, and you believe this is the week. I love it. I love it.
Amber Texter scored to Austin.
Oh, okay.
What does Amber score? Give it to me.
34-17.
That's what Josh's was.
That was Josh's score.
Oh, my.
There you go. There you have it. Okay. Wild Bill, how come we're not getting Aunt Cindy's score anymore? What's up with that?
Also, listen to this stat. South Carolina's red zone offense 127. Alabama's red zone defense, number 3 in the country, baby.
Yeah, but don't talk about our offense when it comes to the that just outside the red zone, because we get stinky.
Hey.
But we're cleaning it up. Boy, I'm so critical. All right, Wild Bill, give us what you got.
40-15.
Oh, Bill wants a safety.
40-15. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Quincy Moran, and I approve of this message. Alabama is going to come out and show the Gamecocks what it's all about. They're going to score 14 points in the first quarter, finally, because I've been telling them to score 14 forever, and they continue to get in their own way. It's going to be 14-0 in the first quarter. Alabama in South Carolina. Then we're going to the second quarter. Alabama's going to score a touchdown, 7 points compared to South Carolina's 3. And that's where part of this 40-minute time of possession is going to come in. We're going to just eat that clock away to finish out the second quarter. It's going to go to the half, 21-3. Alabama comes out in the third quarter. They've actually made the proper adjustments. We have great play calling. The defense puts it all together. Alabama wins the third quarter 14-7. And in true fashion, Alabama continues to steal the soul of every single Gamecock fan around the world. Wins the fourth quarter 7-0. And Alabama proves everything has finally come together with a score of 42-10 by your Alabama Crimson Tide. And that's how it's going to play out. That's how it's going to play out.
I like it. It's funny. I saw a South Carolina fan today. Somebody was giving their predictions for the weekend. And what I loved to hear was, you're giving us too many points. We're playing Alabama. I was like, we never left. We're back. We're right here.
Well,
still striking fear into South Carolina fans.
Here's what I know. Here's what I know to be true. Okay. They just struggled immensely against OU, and OU's defense looks pretty sharp. Of course, they couldn't stop Texas and a struggling, Manning. But I look at what is true each and every week. When Alabama comes to town, they're going to get your best. This is a game on the schedule that I think everybody had circled. After Florida State, I think they wiped it off. And then after the last 2 or 3 weeks, they're going, oh, crap, we better circle that game again. And so we're going to get South Carolina's best. I have no doubt about it. But I believe that this Alabama football team is on a mission. I believe that they see what is in front of them. They see what we don't see, what we've been begging to see, which is they truly control their own destiny. Mm-hmm. And they know each week, like, the only motivation they need is what their goal is to accomplish. And they are showing us that.
I see that there's a whole different mindset of this team at this point. And that's why I don't really see – I mean, I won't say that we've had letdowns. We've had rough starts. We haven't had a letdown game since Florida State. And I feel like that goes back to everybody having the same goal and everybody doing their part to meet that goal. So that's why I don't look at this really as a let's make sure Alabama doesn't fall apart. Well, we've came out flat a couple games, and by the end of the game, that's been an afterthought. So
and while Bill, I agree, Austin, and while Bill, I agree with most of what you said. I'm still cautiously optimistic on which team shows up, because they just got routed by Oklahoma at home, and I think maybe South Carolina might have looked at OU and John Mateer and been like, well, his hand is hurt, so is it really going to matter? And that game was pretty close for a little while. And that OU defense is stingy. They're fast. They're physical. So, while Bill, I look at this and I go, this football team has really answered the bell repeatedly. The coaching staff has really answered the bell repeatedly. And for us to be able to say Alabama gave up 0 sacks against Tennessee, who arguably has one of the better defensive lines, if not the best defensive line in the SEC. It speaks to how they are systematically improving themselves as a football team. So with that, guys, that's this episode. Josh, we hope you feel better, buddy. Amber, congratulations on having a great weekend. Austin, what do you got?
Oh, I was just going to say Tennessee was 4th in the country in sacks. They've had 27 this year, and 0 were to Alabama, which is, I love that.
Yeah, hold on just a minute. Who's it? What's this guy's name?
I don't see a face there. Yeah, there you go.
Casper the Friendly Ghost. That blows me away, and I couldn't be happier for Formby that he is getting it together. Now, I don't know if there's an injury update. Who was it? Who got hurt? Which offensive lineman got hurt? Was it Carroll?
Roberts. It just his mom posted on Twitter that he had just tweaked his ankle. So
okay,
that's just that is what it is. So.
All right, boys. Well, Austin, go ahead and give your final words before you depart. Give it up, brother.
South Carolina, you're next. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Wild Bill, your final thoughts.
Just remember, Crimson Tide, they scheduled you for their homecoming. Roll.
I have one more final thought. Kate Proctor's going to score his first touchdown this week.
That would be
yeah.
Maybe that puts me over the top at 42-10. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been this episode of Rocky Stop, Rocky Flop, and Dixieland Delight. 2 times the better. We really appreciate you guys joining us for the BS podcast. Hey, we meant what we said. Go to QuincyMoran.com and look up Man versus Marriage if you're struggling in your personal life and your relationships. If you're struggling in life, period, please don't forget that Jesus Christ is the answer. He's the reason why we do what we do. And trust me when I say that he loves you and he will never forsake you. Wild Bill, go ahead, brother.
Do you want to say anything about next week quickly?
Oh, yeah, bye week.
Next week, well, we're looking to have a special guest we're going to coordinate. And I had the privilege of having a conversation with Mr. Alan Dunn today, and we had a great power-packed 30-minute conversation, and he's going to come on as an expert, not to just talk about football, but to talk about what Alabama baseball is doing, baby. So props to Uncle Bill for setting it up. And look, I put the invite out and just told him, I said, sir, you are welcome on this program anytime. He's also, him and his wife have been married for 41 years. I said, please don't just stop at the BS podcast. Come on over and meet me on Man versus Marriage. So very much looking forward to that. Guys, 2:30 in the afternoon on Saturday. Do you think you'll be able to make, the instant reaction show this time?
Yeah.
That's
I told
good.
you them light games I'd be rough on me.
Well, my fellow bald man over there, he said he had to drive across town or something and he'd be on. I never saw him.
Okay, so here's
it
what
was
happened.
me.
Here's what happened.
Well, listen.
When I left our friend's house after the game, it was an absolute torrential downpour. So I had to try to get home and not die. And I also had to go to Wendy's because I was hungry. So the truth comes out.
The truth comes out. I mean,
Wendy's
there's always
was
that.
more important, Quincy. Wendy's
There
was
is
more important.
Look, there is that thing where you go through the drive-through, you stay in the parking lot, and you get on your phone. It's a thing. We wouldn't have mind seeing you eat the triple stack with bacon and a Frosty.
Nobody wants to watch that.
Believe you me, you didn't want that.
It'd be like watching a lion eat a young gazelle.
I got you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for the BS podcast on this particular episode. For Amber Dash, who didn't make it this week. For Josh Moran, who's in the basement feeling down. For Austin Dash, he came in as Austin Smash this week. and for my main man, Wild Bill. My name is Quincy Moran, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is the BS Podcast. Roll Tide, everybody.
Roll Tide.
Tide.
One message for you from your aunt. She will bust both of you in the head. Can y'all hear me?
Not rocket science, you know.
I think you, like me, have a face for radio.
Can y'all hear me?
We gonna play with the players we got. Next man up.
That's why it sucks.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
This kind of unprofessionalism does not need to be tolerated. I mean it. Like,
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
what the hell is going on here? Just all hang up.
Another episode of the BS Podcast.
Hang
I'm your
on,
host,
hang
Quincy
on,
Moran.
hang on. There's all kinds of noise in my ear now.
Oh, jeez.
We need a little bit more professionalism.